Hey guys, Chris here. You join me here in my 2020 Audi E-Tron, and in today's video we are going to go from Ålesund to Bergen. So if you didn't see my last video where I went from Oslo to Molde, link in the description box down below to that video. So this is basically day 2 where I'm going from Ålesund on the northwest coast of Norway to Bergen on the west coast. According to a better route planner, the trip is going to take 8 hours and 34 minutes. And according to Google, the trip is going to take 7 hours and 11 minutes. So that is about 1 hour and 20 some odd minutes in difference. Though a better route planner says we have to stop in Røde to charge for 14 minutes, that still leaves more than an hour difference between a better route planner and also Google Maps. So I'm not quite sure, but we are here in Flisnes, right outside of Ålesund. It was really hard for me to find a quick charger, a fast charger, a 150 kilowatt charger here in Ålesund. They had one at the Moa shopping mall, one in one of the biggest malls in Norway when it comes to both, the size of the mall and also in turnover. So that was a bit disappointing that they only had one charger there that was a 150 kilowatt charger, but I had to take a 3-kilometer detour each way to get to Flisnes here, where outside of this Rema 1000 store they have 2 150 kilowatt chargers. So yeah, much better for me to stop here and charge. But today's trip is going to be 400 kilometers, but we also have 2 ferry crossings, which might be an advantage or a disadvantage. Like yesterday, the trip from Oslo to Molde, we had 1 ferry crossing and we beat a better route planner by quite some margin, because we managed to time the ferry crossing perfectly. But today might be different. We have 2 different ferry crossings, so yeah, I'm going to charge up to 100% here. I'm at 58% state of charge. We'll be ready in less than half an hour. So I'm going to go into the store here, get some refreshments, some drinks for the trip, and I'll see you guys on the road. Are now on the first ferry crossing, and yeah, we don't have luck with us today because we've timed this very poorly. I think we waited like 20 minutes almost for the ferry to come into the pier and we could drive aboard, and we did leave the pier for the crossing, and then yeah, so not the best start. So I think we've lost maybe 20 minutes. We'll see at the end of the trip if this really means anything or if there is a built-in, error into Google Maps. But guys, I'm going to do this trip again when it is summer or much lighter outside. We are losing daylight now. It's almost 3:30 in wintertime here, but the scenery up here in northwestern Norway is just insane. It's one of the most beautiful places I have ever been in the world. I haven't been to northern Norway. Supposedly that is even more spectacular, but yeah, it's such breathtaking scenery here in northwestern Norway. I also forgot to give you guys an update about the wind today, and it looks like we have some light headwinds at first, and then we have some crosswinds, and then when we are getting close to Bergen, we have almost tailwinds, so that will probably cancel out on the trip. Nothing too severe, but just a quick update, guys. Google Maps is telling us that the rest of the trip will be 6.5 hours. We've been on the road for about 50 minutes. So we've lost 40 minutes there, and here we have lost 50 minutes. So we are about 10 minutes behind schedule, so not too bad, but we're not using Google Maps. We are using, and every time I start the car again, it resets the last the last destination I put into the map here, so, or the navigation system, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, so as it says, we will arrive with 0%. That's why he wants us to stop in Rema 1000 Førde to charge. We will arrive with 27% state of charge, and according to Better Route Planner, I think that wants us to go to 66% state of charge when we arrive there. Now at the BKK charger here in Røde. We arrived with 27% state of charge. We left with 98% state of charge. A Better Route Planner was saying that we would arrive with 29% state of charge when I put in that we left with 99% state of charge. So we've spent 1% state of charge more than what a Better Route Planner was telling us. We've been on the road for 4 hours and 19 minutes, and according to Google Maps, we have 3 hours and 8 minutes left from here till Bergen, but we have to charge here, and a Better Route Planner is telling us to charge to 66% state of charge, meaning we will arrive in Bergen with 10% state of charge. Yeah, we might just do that. Maybe we'll just go to 70 just to have a safety buffer. The total trip to this waypoint has been 230 kilometers, and yeah, we've had an average speed of 63 kilometers an hour. We hit some construction right outside of Volda or Ørsta. We were like stationary for maybe 10 minutes, so we haven't been too lucky thus far on the trip, but well, we have had a little traffic, and we've had some rain, and then it's been cleared up, and then some rain, and then some dry roads. So the conditions have been fine, not too bad. But yeah, we are now currently charging at, let's go ahead and check what speed we are charging at. If we're getting full speed, we are now charging at 125 kilowatts. So yeah, we are slightly colgating, 37% state of charge. So we're not going to charge too long here. We've been charging for about 8 minutes. Yeah, so I'll see you guys on the next ferry crossing. Now on the second and last ferry on our way to Bergen. We are about 1 hour and 52 minutes away from Danmarksplass, our destination, the BKK superchargers there. It's now just past 10 o'clock, so, no, 8 o'clock I mean. So if we manage to get there around 10 or maybe 5 past 10, we will have spent 7.5 hours on this trip. Remember, we left at 2:35. We were very lucky because this ferry we just timed perfectly, not like the last ferry. So yeah, and then we charged actually to 75% state of charge in Førde because I went to the store, got something to drink, got something to eat, and then there was a huge queue and only one cashier that was open. So yeah, I was waiting there maybe 5 minutes extra, but yeah, 18 minutes we spent charging, which is not too bad, which is 3 minutes or 4 minutes more than what a Better Route Planner wanted us to do. But yeah, 75% state of charge, so we should arrive with plenty of juice when we get to Bergen. Oh, we were making up time so good. We almost gained 10 minutes on the GPS, and now, yeah, construction. I think there is a tunnel that is closed. That is the problem here with Western Norway. I think Western Norway has the most tunnels per road kilometer or road mile in the world. And yeah, they have to do maintenance, and usually they do that in the evening or at night. And I've had really problems with traveling to Bergen late in the evening. One time I was stood for like almost 2 hours waiting for them allowing us to pass, because I think here they have a follow car, so a car has to show up here and then we follow it through the construction. So yeah, we're losing valuable minutes. The guy said about 20 minutes waiting, so yeah, 20 minutes lost. Finally, we are here in Bergen, BKK charger here at Danmarks Plus. My God, 8 hours and 6 minutes. After our last update, there was one more construction and then another closed tunnel two other closed tunnels when we got to Bergen. We had to do a detour through downtown Bergen. So we are finally here. I mean, if we take away all the detours and all the stops, this would have taken maybe like 7.5 hours. And then if we timed the first ferry better, this would have taken maybe 7 hours and 10 minutes, 7 hours and 15 minutes. So we spent almost an hour extra just because we timed the first ferry poorly. And then we also, all these construction and tunnels, stop roads and detours along the way. So that is the penalty of driving a little bit later in the day, because we arrive here in Bergen at night or in the evening. It's now almost 11 o'clock. I mean, yeah, we've been on the road for very, very long for a 400-kilometer tour. So yeah, I am knackered now, but a few stats. So a total of 402 kilometers. We had an average consumption of 26.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That is our highest consumption of any trip by far, but of course that is due to because, yeah, we were sitting a lot at red lights or at these, these constructions where we were stopped, and I had the ignition on because I didn't think it would be fair to turn off the ignition. So yeah, you can take that the way you want. That isn't an accurate depiction of the real average consumption, though it is on this trip. Our average speed was 60 kilometers an hour, and if you remember, the trip yesterday was all over 80 kilometers an hour was our trip. We arrived here with, what was our state of charge? My God, did I forget to check our state of charge? Yeah, I think we arrived with around 14% state of charge. And remember, we charged to 75%. If we followed a better route planner, which wanted us to go to 66% state of charge, we would have arrived here with about 5% state of charge left. So yeah, we spent a lot more electricity, a lot more juice than what a better route planner was telling us. But that was also, of course, due to us sitting like half an hour in the car waiting to go. So yeah, that is today's trip. And I'm sorry guys if I forgot something relevant of information, but yeah, these 2 last days have been really exhausting, and especially today, which was over 8 hours for a 400-kilometer trip. If you average that speed out, isn't that like, yeah, I can't even do the math, guys. I can't even do the math, but yeah. So we're now here in Bergen. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.
you.